I found out he was getting married the same way everyone else did. A photo. His hand wrapped around hers. A ring catching the light. That smile I knew too well. I stared at it longer than I should have. Then my phone rang. "Guess what?" he said, laughing. I already knew. "You're getting married," I replied. He went quiet for half a second. "You saw it?" "Yeah." "You're not mad, are you?" "Mad?" I swallowed. "Why would I be mad?" "Because," he said carefully, "you're you." I didn't know what that meant anymore. "I'm happy for you," I said. That part wasn't a lie. 2 days later, he asked me to be his best man. "Of course," I said instantly. Too instantly. "You didn't even think about it." "There's nothing to think about." He smiled. "I knew you'd say yes." That smile has ruined me my whole life. The suit fitting was where it started to hurt. Standing too close. His arm brushes mine as he adjusts his cuff. "You look good," he said. "So do you." He laughed. "You always say that." "Because it's always been true." The tailor stepped away. We were alone in the mirror. For one terrifying second, I saw it. We, dressed the same, reflected side by side. Like we belonged there together. "You okay?" he asked. "Yeah," I said too quickly. "You sure? You've been quiet lately." I forced a smile. "Just tired." He studied me, then nodded. "Hey," he said softly. "I don't say this enough, but I'm glad you're here." My chest tightened. "Always," I replied. That night, he called me after midnight. "Can you come over?" he asked. "Is something wrong?" "No," he said. "I just need you." I went. I always go. He was sitting on the floor when I arrived, back against the couch. Wedding plans are scattered everywhere. "She's asleep," he said quietly. I sat beside him. "This is a lot," he admitted. "Marriage, responsibility, doing things right." "You'll be great," I said. He leaned his head back. "You really think so?" "I know so." He turned his head slightly. Too close. "Sometimes," he said. "I think you know me better than anyone." I didn't trust myself to answer. "If I mess this up," he continued, "promise you'll tell me." I looked at him, at the man I loved, the man who trusted me with everything except the truth. "I promise," I said. It was the worst promise I've ever made. As I stood to leave, he caught my wrist. "Hey," he said, "don't disappear on me during the wedding chaos." I smiled. "I'm your best man," I said. "Where else would I be?" He squeezed my hand once. "Good." I walked out into the night knowing one thing for certain. Standing beside him at the altar was going to break me. The wedding turned him into a different kind of lonely. Everyone wanted something from him. Advice, decisions, reassurance. I was the only one he came to when it was quiet. He started calling me late at night. Not drunk, not dramatic, just tired. "Are you awake?" he asked one night. "I am now." "Good," he said. "Stay on the line." I lay there listening to his breathing while he talked about nothing. The flowers, the guest list, how strange it felt to plan a future that suddenly felt too real. "You ever think about marriage?" he asked. The question hit me harder than it should have. "All the time," I said. "With someone special?" he asked. "With someone impossible," I replied. He laughed softly, like he thought I was joking. "I'm serious," he said after a moment. "I don't want to mess this up." "You won't," I told him. "I meant I won't let you." The first real crack came during the rehearsal week. His fiancée left early one night. I stayed behind to help him clean up. We worked in silence for a while. Then he said, "Do you ever feel like you're living the wrong version of your life?" I looked at him. "Yes," I said. He exhaled like he'd been holding that question inside him for years. "You're the only one I can ask that," he said. That wasn't a compliment. It was a mistake. Later that night, we sat on his couch, shoes kicked off, shoulders barely touching. He leaned his head back and closed his eyes. "Promise me something," he said. "Okay. If I start acting weird, tell me." I swallowed. What kind of weird? Like I'm running, he said. Or hiding. I watched the rise and fall of his chest. I'll tell you, I said. That made 2 lies in 1 week. The almost moment happened when he stood up too fast. He lost his balance. I reached for him without thinking. My hands caught his waist. His hands caught my arms. We froze. Close enough to feel warmth. Close enough to smell him. For 1 second, nothing existed but us. Then he pulled back like he'd touched fire. Sorry, he said quickly. It's fine. But it wasn't, because his eyes lingered. And for the first time, I saw confusion there. Not attraction. Not yet. But something unsettled. That night, I lay awake replaying it. The way he didn't let go immediately. The way his breath hitched. My phone buzzed. A message from him. Him. Are you mad at me? I stared at the screen. Me? Why would I be? 3 dots appeared. Then disappeared. Then appeared again. Him. I don't know. You just felt far tonight. I typed the truth. Deleted it. Then sent the lie. Me? I'm here. The reply came instantly. Him. Good. I need you. I closed my eyes. That was the problem. He needed me, and I was starting to believe. He might feel something too. Things changed after that night. Not loudly, not obviously, just enough that I noticed. He started finding excuses to be alone with me. Not intentional ones. Small ones. Walk me to my car. Help me pick this up. Stay a minute. I always stayed. The bachelor night was supposed to be simple. Friends. Drinks. Noise. I watched him laugh with everyone else like nothing was wrong. Like he wasn't unraveling quietly in front of me. Late in the night, he leaned close and spoke near my ear. Can we get some air? I nodded. Outside, the noise faded. Streetlights painted his face in gold and shadow. You okay? I asked. He exhaled slowly. I don't know why I'm so restless. You're about to get married, I said. That's normal. He shook his head. It's not that. I waited. He always told me everything. I feel like I'm standing on the edge of something, he said, and I don't know if I should step forward or back. My heart started racing. Talk to her, I said. He looked at me. That's not who I want to talk to. The silence between us stretched thin, dangerously thin. Later, I drove him home. He was quiet the whole way. When we stopped outside his place, neither of us moved. Come in, he said. Just for a minute. I should have said no. I didn't. Inside, the lights were low. Too intimate. He paced the room like his thoughts were chasing him. Then he stopped in front of me. You ever feel like people see what they expect? He said. And not what's actually there? Yes, I answered. His eyes searched mine. Do you think people really know us? I swallowed. I don't think they try. He stepped closer. Too close. I trust you, he said quietly. The words hit harder than a confession. Before I could stop myself, I said, that's because you don't know everything about me. He frowned slightly. What do you mean? I felt it then. The moment. If I said one more word, everything would change. I just mean, I said carefully, people are complicated. He nodded slowly. Then he reached out, not touching me, just hovering, like he wasn't sure if he was allowed. Have I ever hurt you? He asked suddenly. My chest tightened. Yes, I thought. Every day. No, I said. He exhaled in relief. Then, without thinking, he hugged me. It wasn't quick. It wasn't casual. It lingered. His arms tightened. My hands froze at my sides. Then, slowly, they lifted, rested against his back. The world narrowed. I could feel his heartbeat. Fast. Uneven. He pulled back first. His face was flushed. His eyes are dark. This feels wrong, he said. Yes, I whispered, but neither of us stepped away. For one terrifying second, I thought he might kiss me. Instead, he said my name. The way you say something you don't want to lose. I need to go to bed, he said quickly. I nodded. At the door, he paused. You're not going anywhere, right? He asked. Where would I go? He gave a small smile. Good. I walked out into the night with my hands shaking, because now I knew. He didn't understand what he was feeling, but he felt it, and if this continued, someone was going to break. The wedding was getting closer. You could feel it in everything. The way people spoke was softer around him. The way time suddenly mattered. And the way he started watching me when he thought I wasn't looking. We were alone in the venue after a long planning meeting. Chairs stacked. Lights dimmed. The kind of quiet that invites honesty or disaster. He loosened his tie and dropped into a chair. Sit, he said, nodding to the one beside him. I hesitated, then did. You've been distant, he said. I've been busy. That's not it. I looked at him. What is it, then? He stared at the floor for a moment. Do you ever feel like you're being pulled in two directions? He asked. Yes, I said immediately. That made him look up. Toward what you're supposed to want, he continued. And toward something that doesn't make sense? My throat tightened. Yes, I repeated, quieter this time. He laughed once, but there was no humor in it. Good, he said. So it's not just me. The air shifted. This wasn't casual anymore. Does she make you feel that way? I asked. He went still. She's good, he said carefully. She's kind. She's everything people expect. That wasn't an answer. And you? I asked. He looked at me then. Really looked. You make me feel seen, he said. The words landed heavily between us. That's what friends do, I said too quickly. His jaw tightened. Is it? He asked. Silence. Then the question I wasn't ready for. Have you ever been in love with someone you couldn't have? My heart slammed. I forced myself to breathe. Yes, I said. His voice dropped. What did you do? I met his eyes. I learned how to live with it. Something in his expression broke. I don't think I'm good at that, he said. That scared me. Later that night, I lay awake staring at the ceiling. Every word replayed. Every look. My phone buzzed. A message from him. Him. Can I ask you something? I already knew it wouldn't be safe. Me? Okay. 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Then, him. If I weren't getting married, would things be different between us? I stopped breathing. This wasn't confusion anymore. This was the edge. I typed slowly. Me? That's not a fair question. Seconds passed. Him. I know. Another pause. Then, him. But it feels important. My fingers hovered over the screen. If I lied, I could save him. If I told the truth, I could lose him forever. I chose the only thing that felt honest. Me? It wouldn't be simple. The reply came almost immediately. Him. I didn't think so. I turned the phone face down. My chest ached, because I knew what was coming next. The wedding wasn't just approaching, it was closing in. And if he asked the question again, I wouldn't be able to lie. The night before the wedding felt wrong. Too quiet, too heavy, like the world was holding its breath. He called me just after midnight. I can't sleep, he said. Neither could I. I'm coming over, I replied. He didn't say yes. He didn't say no. That was enough. His place was dark when I arrived. Only one lamp on. He was sitting on the edge of the bed, still dressed, tie loosened, hands clasped like he was trying to keep himself together. You didn't have to come, he said. I know. But you did. I nodded. For a moment, neither of us spoke. Then he laughed softly. Tomorrow, he said. This time tomorrow, everything changes. Yes, I said. His voice dropped. Do you want to tell me not to do it? The question cut deeper than anything else he'd said. No, I whispered. That wasn't an answer, he said. I swallowed. I want you to be sure, I said. That's all. He stood and paced the room. I keep thinking. If I had met you later, he said, or understood myself earlier. Don't, I interrupted. He stopped in front of me. Why? He asked. Because that road only leads to regret, I said. And I can't afford that tonight. He stared at me like he was memorizing my face. I hate that you always know what to say, he murmured. I smiled sadly. Someone has to. The power went out without warning. The room fell into darkness. He laughed once. Of course. I pulled out my phone and turned on the flashlight. The light was soft, intimate, felt like a sign. This feels like a bad idea, he said quietly. Yes, I agreed, but neither of us moved. I asked you something earlier, he said, and you didn't answer. I already knew what he meant. If I weren't getting married, he continued, would things be different between us? My chest tightened. The truth pressed against my ribs, desperate to be let out. Yes, I said. The word landed between us like a confession. He inhaled sharply. Different how? He asked. I stepped closer. Everything, I said. His breath hitched. For a long second, he didn't move. Then his hand came up. He didn't touch my face. He stopped just short of it. This is the last night I get to ask, he said. I nodded. Yes. Tell me to stop, he whispered. I didn't. The space between us disappeared. The kiss wasn't desperate. It wasn't rushed. It was careful, like we were afraid of how much it meant. When we pulled apart, his forehead rested against mine. This changes nothing, he said. It changes everything, I replied. He closed his eyes. I'm still getting married tomorrow, he said. I know. I don't know what this makes me. I reached for his hand. It makes you human, I said. He squeezed my fingers hard, almost painful. Stay, he said. Just until morning. I shook my head. If I stay, I said softly, you won't go. He understood. He always did. At the door, he stopped me. I don't regret this, he said. Neither do I thought. But I said, you should get some sleep. He watched me leave like it was the last time he'd see me. Maybe it was. Outside, the sky was already starting to lighten. Morning was coming. So was the wedding. And I knew one terrible truth. Whatever happened tomorrow, someone was going to lose the man they loved. The morning arrived whether we were ready or not. Sunlight poured through the windows like nothing was wrong, like lives weren't about to change. The venue was already full when I got there. Flowers everywhere. Laughter. Music rehearses happiness. I adjusted my suit and told myself one thing over and over. Today is not about you. Then I saw him, standing at the altar. Waiting. He looked calm. That hurt the most. We didn't talk much before the ceremony. Just small glances, quick nods, things that looked harmless to everyone else. But when he handed me the rings, his fingers brushed mine. Just for a second. He inhaled sharply. So did I. As the ceremony began, I stood where I was supposed to, beside him, close enough to hear his breathing change when she walked in, close enough to feel the weight of every word the officiant said. Love, commitment, forever. Each one landed like a quiet goodbye. Then it happened. The question. If anyone here knows a reason why these two should not be joined. The room held its breath. So did I. I didn't move. Neither did he. But slowly, he turned his head and looked at me. Not a glance. A look. Full. Open. Honest. The kind that says this is the last chance. My heart pounded so loud I was sure someone could hear it. I could destroy everything. I could save myself. I could take him away. Instead, I did the hardest thing I've ever done. I met his eyes and nodded, just once. His shoulders sagged, not in relief, in understanding. I do, he said. The words echoed. Applause followed. I smiled because I knew how. I clapped because that's what you do when you love someone enough to let them go. After the ceremony, chaos took over. Photos, congratulations, music. I slipped away quietly. No goodbyes, no explanations. I was halfway to my car when I heard my name. I turned. He was there. Still in his suit, breathing hard like he'd been running. You're leaving, he said. Yes. You didn't have to disappear. I did, I replied gently. For both of us. He looked at me like he was trying to memorize my face again. I meant what I said last night, he whispered. I don't regret it. I know. He hesitated. Will you be okay? I smiled. It wasn't fake. I will be, I said, because I loved you honestly. He nodded slowly. Thank you, he said. For what? For not asking me to choose, he said. When I wasn't brave enough to. I stepped back. That was your choice, I said. Not mine. He reached out like he might touch me, then stopped. We stood there, suspended between everything we were and everything we weren't. Finally, he said, Goodbye. Goodbye, I replied. That night, alone, I took off the suit, folded it carefully, and let myself breathe. I didn't lose him. I just loved him at the wrong time. And sometimes, that's not a tragedy. It's proof that the love was real.